in Lincoln.
There's nothing like the view from the cheap seats.
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM. We're streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com, or listen to us on the Mixlr app. Joe, you got that app?
I don't have the Mixlr app, but I understand it works when it works and it doesn't when it doesn't.
Did it go? I think it went down the other night. Huh?
What is it?
The Mixlr app. It's an app on your phone. You can listen to everything that we do.
Oh, okay.
Your games, girls' games.
Right, the
Cheap
heat of the
Seats.
game, I guess it went down on Thursday night.
Oh, the entire broadcast. So it wasn't.
I guess what we could say was
I guess they shut just shut it off.
Is that the
tired of listening to the broadcasters.
Yeah, they shut that down.
Yeah. But it is a free app to download, and it will give you a notification whenever it boots up. Like, I just got a notification we were getting ready to go on the air.
All right.
So it's really nice to have. Yeah, Joe.
Lloyd, they can't hear you.
Yeah, they can. I heard him. Anyway, we're at Jake's Furnishings. Jake is here today in body, not spirit. I think he's still half asleep over there. So maybe we'll get him on later. We need to talk some baseball. It's right around the corner.
Baseball, and talk to him. He talked to Trump about the wall thing?
Yeah, I think he did. He's building himself a wall back there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Or did Trump talk to him? And it looks good.
Yeah,
over there.
Sure.
We've already forgotten that word, but we were going to use it in a sentence. Vinette?
Forget it.
I learned a new word today.
Right. Well, let's get to the nitty gritty here. We got Coach Al on with us this morning. Morning, Coach.
Morning.
I heard that.
What'd you hear?
Nothing. Come on, we're just a serious show.
Okay, let's get serious. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, go. We got Coach Al with us this morning here at Jake's. Mr. 800 last night down in Effingham. 800 wins, Coach. That puts you, I think, 5th all-time in the state of Illinois.
It's a big deal. I've already seen the shirts. 1-800-CALL Neil. You're an 800 number now. I like that. That's a pretty big deal.
That's a huge accomplishment. Think about it. 800 wins. Your winning percentage is well over 70%. Lloyd's he's typing it up.
How many seasons? What's your average? Do you know what your average was?
I have no clue.
Somebody over here will do the math. It won't be right.
No
but you go down to Effingham last night, make the little trip down there. A tough game, close game until the end, where we were able to hit some free throws and pull away a little bit there. But Effingham led for most of the game. Is it something that we just weren't playing our A game, or Effingham had a pretty good game plan? And I know they're a solid team. You said they're well coached, and was it just kind of was it the long bus ride where the kids weren't ready to play, or is just just one of those nights where?
Well, it was both ways, but the officiating really was tight.
Yeah.
And, for us to be able to play, we have to be able to be aggressive and so forth. And we weren't able to do that last night. And, we got into real early foul trouble. I think Ben, Grunder picked up twos in the first 55 seconds of the game. So he didn't play at all, basically play the first half last night. And, he's one of our best defensive stoppers. And, we gave up 24 points in that first half, and we only gave up 12 the second with him on the court. So, he's a very important part, and you take him out. But if you don't let him play with aggression, and the rest of them the same way, Isaiah's that way. We've just got an aggressive defensive team, and if we can't be aggressive, it sure takes a lot away from us. So, and my whole thing to those officials is, I don't know what you call down here for regionals, but up north, you're able to take your ball bats and play with them. And we're trying to get ready to play in the regional, and you're doing this to us. So, but it was both ways. I'm not complaining. We got a couple calls in the second half that went our favor, that wasn't even close. So, but it was a very tight called game last night, which again, it takes everything away from us.
Well, that was one of Tierney's point last night on the broadcast, where He thought maybe the southern officials or the Effingham area officials weren't used to the style of play that the Railers bring down, and that's a physical game. You talk about tough defense, and basketball has become a physical game. Maybe they haven't adjusted to the style of play that we bring to the Apollo Conference.
Well, and if you're going to advance in the state tournament, you got to accept the fact you have to be an aggressive and physical basketball team. If not, you're not going to get through. And again, we have one goal in mind, and that's to get to Peoria, and that's how we want to play throughout the year. So, I have a problem with the officials. They tell them to do this, this, and this, and they do it for about the first 6 weeks of the season, and then it goes right back to where the ball bats and everything else are out. And the college game is called much closer than high school games.
Oh, yeah. Now, does that make it rough on the kids because they don't know, it's hard, it's got to be,
well, there's no flow
rough
to the game
for them because there's no flow and they don't know how to play.
Yeah, there's no flow, and we got to be able to make the game exciting. We make it boring because people try to hold the ball on us or pass it and so forth. But we would like to get up and down the floor and do some things, but we got to make good decisions. Last night we had some runouts and things, and they ended up into turnovers. And you try to get your kids to understand you just worked your tail off defensively. You don't want to go down or turn the ball over. We got to get us a good shot, and I think we had 4 or 5 possessions last night where that happened, that we didn't get a good shot or we had a turnover. So those things are important to how we're playing, and believe me, how we played last night compared to what we'll play Tuesday night will be a totally different basketball game.
Well, I wasn't at the game, Coach, but if you were in foul trouble, obviously you had to turn to that depth on your bench to stay in the game, and obviously you won the game.
I wouldn't say Jermaine played much more than 3 minutes in the first half last night. When he got into foul trouble, I believe Tate picked up his second in the first half. I think we had 3 kids on the bench with 2 quick fouls, and the second half Jermaine got in, and Jermaine had a great second half last night. He changes people coming into the lane. Is a little bit different when they come in to attack us and so forth. So, we need him on the floor. But, again, I don't know if it's a bus ride, but we were not ready to play the first half. And, we discussed that at halftime.
Jermaine, a little 2000 edition of the 70s Uwe Blob, wasn't he? Is that where Uwe was from, down there in Effingham?
Right there. They had his picture on the wall, and Mitch Arnold.
Oh, yeah.
Those are old-time players,
Was he 7-footer? Was he a 7-footer?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember that. They won it all. That's back before you were born.
Probably. Well, Coach, at times this year we've struggled to put points on the board. You brought the sophomore Cameron Whiteman in right in before the halftime and hit a big 3. Is that something you're looking for from maybe him coming off the bench for some scoring, or was it because we were in foul trouble?
That's one reason. The second reason is we just weren't shooting the ball, and he really shot it well in the sophomore game, and we put him in for two possessions, and we were looking for shots for him. And for him to go in and play 30-40 seconds and nail a 3 for us, that was big. The 3 at the end of the half was really big. We were down 7, he cut it to 4, and we put him in at the end of the third quarter trying to look for another one. We ran the same play, but we didn't run the same play. We ran kind of a slip off of it because we thought they would jump out on him and we'd be able to slip for a layup. But they didn't slip, and he was wide open, and we just didn't read it right. Again, that's just being able to play the game and understand the game and so forth. So the game is such a reaction game. If you're sitting there thinking, and, well, this is what we're running, this is what I'm looking for, there's so many different other options that if they're there, take them. And, we run a lot of sets. We call who's going to shoot it, but it might be the shooter may be the 4th or 5th option, and, we'll take the 1st through 4 options if they're there.
Right. Joe?
I'm right with you.
So we got a game.
I wasn't there last night. I didn't see the game. We didn't talk about Mount Zion, right? We played Mount Zion last Saturday night or Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Yeah, so that's a pretty tough week right there. 2 solid games in 1 week with a couple of practices in between there. Off today. Come back and play Tuesday. Is that at Taylorville?
Bloomington Tuesday.
At Bloomington. Okay, and then Taylorville
Friday. And that's a big game, and I didn't think our kids played with a lot of fire last night, and to be in a conference championship to possibly win it outright, you're playing for something, and you got to be able to get yourself ready to play. And Friday night, there's nothing better than Taylorville would like to spoil our winning the conference championship outright. So Friday night down at Taylorville it'll be a very good basketball game.
Coach, talk about your sophomores a minute. Didn't they just win the sophomore tournament? Is that this week?
Sophomores went down and won the Taylorville tournament, and even I don't think we've talked since Rock Island, but the Rock Island sophomores were undefeated, and our guys went up there and really just played an excellent game and beat them for the first time. And to beat them on their home floor, that was quite an accomplishment. And I believe they beat them by 11.
So they beat them good.
Yeah, and our sophomores are playing exceptionally well. So, The only thing is when they jump another level, the big thing for them is going to be how much stronger they can get, because we're not very strong, and you can just feel the bones on them. We need to put some meat on them and get them a little more physical, because that'll be the difference in a year from now, is how physical they can play and how strong they're going to be.
Well, with all their success, it's got to be because of J-Mac got them prepared as freshmen, right?
Hey, you can say whatever you want about that man, but
we do.
He gets those kids to play.
Yeah.
And, if you haven't seen them play, man, that group there, they're not very big, and they're all over the court. They're shooting it, they're guarding, they're playing. In fact, they're over at Mount Zion this morning. They're playing here at 9. Well, right now, they're playing in the Apollo tournament, and they're playing 3 games today, and back to back to back. So what'll happen there is we'll run out of gas by the time we get there, because playing 3 games is hard on anybody. But both our under level groups are playing exceptionally well.
Yeah, the sophomores are fun to watch. From doing the clock, I see all those home games, and that's a good group of kids.
Yeah.
They're tough. And I thought you looked good against Mount Zion.
Mm-hmm. Last night they were up, 30. I think they were up almost 40, 45 points last night before we had to move our pressure off and so forth. So they find ways to win. We complain that they don't rebound, but they get a rebound when they have to have one. And that is part of winning, is be able to make the play when you need it. And we had some instances last night that we were up 1, had a shot taken, and we should have had a rebound. We didn't get it. We just weren't intense enough to go do the things that we have to do to get a rebound, and that makes a difference in winning and losing. And when you have to know how to win, and knowing how to win is you have to make those plays. And hopefully we can see it on the tape, and there's no excuse why we can't do it, because we're big, we're strong, we're quick. This is maybe the strongest overall team that we've had in the years that I've been here, and because they're strong across the board. And you just have to bang around, and you just got to go get things done.
Coach, you got the day off today. You're going to go scout tonight. We got Bloomington coming up Tuesday, Taylorville Friday, and then next Saturday, is that senior night at home?
Next Friday, the 23rd. It's a Friday.
Oh, okay. So you're off next Saturday as well?
Yes.
Okay.
We always
at Eisenhower.
Oh, next Saturday, yeah.
Okay.
We go to Taylorville and Eisenhower, and then the following week.
Well, I can't keep things straight. Joe, I feel kind of like you now. Well, Coach, thanks for taking some time with us this morning. You got a busy day. We got wrestling sectionals going on, so you'll be out there all day. Just real quick, we can recap what's going on there. I know we got some kids still going on. Davis, he lost a tight match last night, 5-1. O'Donohue loses a tight one, 3-2. But all of our kids are still alive. And let's see, where was that at? I lost it. But anyway, they're wrestling today. So they're all still
Start
alive.
wrestling at 10 today.
Start at 10.
And then the finals will start at 2. There's 2 sessions today, so we'll wrestle, clean the gym, and adjust the gym. Right now we're on 4 mats, and hey, I'm sounding like I know what I'm doing here.
I was impressed. Go ahead.
But we've got 4 mats up, but as soon as we get done with the first session, we'll break it down to 2, and then we'll pull the bottom bleachers, and it'll get a pretty close atmosphere for people to really see the kids. And if you haven't watched wrestling, you need to get out there. It is a brutal sport. I mean,
I told you.
You have to be in condition, and they only wrestle 3-4 3-minute periods, but I'm telling you,
they get after it.
They get after it, and it's fun to watch.
And it's an exciting time because you're headed to the state tournament.
Well, yeah. I mean, you get to the matches this afternoon, and they'll really be good because those people are both of them have already advanced, but you're starting to work on my seeding for when I get down there. If I can get a 1 seed coming out of here, then my first match down, I believe we start Thursday night down at the State Farm Center at University of Illinois. But that they would get a better draw. So it is important how you finish in the sectionals because it helps you out when you get to state.
Absolutely. And everybody's good right now.
Everybody's good.
All right. Well, we got to go commercial break, but stay tuned. We come back. We're going to have some ladies from the RailerThon and from the health fair from next Saturday. We got a couple of people coming on to talk about that. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM.
There.
And my haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake.
But you guys know this song, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you? Obviously you do.
Oh, yeah. We love this song.
Who is it? Who sings it?
It's Vinette.
Vinette?
Vignette. Is this the band Vignette?
No.
Is there a band called Vignette? You
I
guys
have
know?
never heard of them.
Idea.
You know what Vignette means?
No.
I don't either.
Oh, you don't?
That's 3 of us.
Okay.
He acts like he does, but he never really
Why?
does.
Jake just explained it to us. It's fancy terminology for furniture dorks.
Oh.
Yes, we're going to use it in a word. The first caller that can call in and tell us about a vignette is going
Receives.
to win.
Easy. Watch it.
Lloyd will come wash your car.
There we go.
Into freezing.
Yeah, in his Speedo.
Make it interesting.
Let's stay above the board.
When it's 10 degrees out. All right, welcome back to the Cheap Seats 96.3 FM. And right now we have some ladies from the RailerThon. And
Hello.
Introduce yourselves.
I'm Adriana Doolin. I'm the race director.
I'm Ariana Spencer, also co-director, I guess.
Co-director.
The
And
co-directors are on.
yes, we got the big dogs in the
Yes,
house.
we did.
don't mess around.
Yeah.
You guys are with the RailerThon. This is the 2nd year running. And we have some big events coming up. You want to explain what's going on?
Yeah, so next Saturday is the RailerThon's Honest Abe 5K, and it's going to be the 3rd year that it's put on and the 2nd year that it's a color run. So we're super excited to have a bunch of people out there this year and just try and make it bigger and better than it was last year. It was a huge success. We had almost 100 runners last year, and online for registration-wise, we're almost past what we had last year for online registration-wise. So tomorrow's the last day that you can sign up online and still get a free T-shirt.
Better hurry
But
up,
yeah, if you don't get registered online in time, you still have the option to order one at the race.
The race.
Let's pause a minute when you said color race. What's that mean?
So there's like color powder. It's like cornstarch and like dye that they mix together, and it's biodegradable, so we just throw it at the runners so they get all colorful. So we're white, you know.
Now, how's a guy get a job doing that?
That's just a volunteer thing. We have probably RailerThon members doing it, and NHS, our members, to do that, to get NHS hours.
So they're just standing along the run route. And
Yeah.
chucking cornstarch at people.
Yeah, basically.
That's like
Getting it in their eyes so
Oh,
they
yeah.
can't see.
Actually, we have sunglasses and bandanas
Oh.
in the race bag so that you don't have to get it in your eyes or mouth.
Thank
Is
you.
it like
ahead.
in
I
a
like
powder
that.
form or a ball or something? Or how do
It's
you
like
do it?
powder. We put it in a cup and just
Yeah.
yeah.
So you gotta get
toss it
right
at
up on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to volunteer for that.
Yeah, last year I
And so
kinda
the
felt
race
bad.
is next Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And it starts.
Registration starts at 8, but the race actually starts at 9.
And where's the starting line and finish line?
Integrity Data downtown, and the old school.
That's a funny place for a starting line.
We had connections or something.
Yeah, we have it in there, don't we?
Maybe.
So it's a 5K
Yes.
and walk, obviously. And the finish line is at the same place?
Yeah,
kinda
it
just do a
goes. It
loop?
kind of weaves through downtown, goes down Wyatt, through the high school parking lot, and then runs through some residential area just to kind of show off all the aspects of Lincoln for people coming from out of town, and like show like the architecture from downtown, and it's kind of cool, to be down there with the courthouse and everything. So, and then we just kind of run through and make a circle and make our way back. So.
Is your dad running in it?
No, he's going to be driving the ATV at the beginning, I think, or the four-wheeler or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not doing a thing. He still has.
Oh yeah, no, of course not.
Second, and you're having the little thing afterwards inside down there, then?
Yes, actually, while it's going on, there's going to be a vendor fair going on, and we're going to have a lot of vendors there selling different things. Last year we had people like LuLaRoe, Tupperware, Pink Zebra. We're probably going to have Melaleuca this year if we can. There's going to be a bunch of stuff there. So if you don't like running, you can still show up, support, and shop around.
Yeah, that's a cool place in there.
Yeah.
That's a cool building.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a mix of like the old, when it had the fire in the building, and then they like fixed it up, but they kept some of like the same columns
It's a very
and stuff
cool
in
place.
there. Yeah.
And where's this at?
Integrity Data.
I'm not really familiar with that. Where that's at?
Well, like
On Kickapoo.
120.
125 North Kickapoo.
North Kickapoo. That's
Yep.
pretty close.
By
It's a
Abe's.
corner building there, next door to Abe's.
Okay.
Abe's, they might even be open. You can pop in and grab some candy. I don't know if they've reopened yet because they were doing some remodeling. But if Abe's is open, you get some candy.
Penny candy.
Yeah, they're gonna have some coffee down there at this race.
Yeah,
or
we'll be
what?
selling. We'll be selling coffee
And
and
cocoa.
cookies and muffins.
Coffee and cocoa. We handing out awards for the winners.
Yeah, every participant gets a ribbon with them, but the winners get the trophies. So,
Say, get a participation ribbon.
but if you
Everybody's got to get a ribbon.
if you want the hardware, you gotta
Yeah.
you gotta work
Okay.
for it.
All right. So you get a ribbon, but you got to earn the hardware.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of places though that if you were a little bit unethical, there's a lot of places you could sneak in and get in the race, right? To try to pick up some hardware.
I mean, I guess so.
You pop out of an alley
Actually,
somewhere.
I don't think that would work.
It won't work.
No, we hire it's race time to come and do all the time, so everyone gets a bib and like a chip. So
Oh, you get a little thing in your shoe.
yeah, if you didn't get checked in,
get
then you
attracted.
can't.
Man, Joe, we had
We'll
it.
catch ya.
We were going to get us a trophy.
Will there be any vignettes there, or do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I already forgot what that word means.
I don't know what it means either,
A
but
vignette.
it's the word I learned today.
Oh,
There's a
It's
vignette.
the word
nerd
of the day,
about
and he's been dying to
furniture.
use it. He's
Yes.
still using it wrong.
maybe by the end of the day you'll have it right. You never know.
I learned a word today. I'm very happy with myself.
Yeah, he'll forget even how to pronounce it here in
Don't
about
vignette.
30 seconds. Yeah.
No, man.
So next week's the big run, but you have some other stuff coming up as well. Do you want to touch on that real quick as well? or-
Yeah, we also have the big event coming up. I think it's March 24th this year, and it's going to be at the high school. And it's just going to be like a big fun day to show off everything we've been able to achieve throughout the year. We'll have like inflatables, face painting, the Miracle Children are going to be there, and we just basically want to get as many people there as possible just to celebrate. And then at the end we reveal how much we've made and if we've reached our goal. And it's just a huge fun day. Last year we had a silent auction, laser tag I think, and they do like a dance that everyone can learn. And it's super fun just to see everyone come together.
And you know, if you're out there, which I am a person that doesn't know a lot, I don't even know what vignette means, but
Will not disagree.
But it all comes together when you go out there on the 24th and you see those families that have benefited from
yeah.
it. It all comes around and you're like, gosh, I should have given more. 'Cause that's the truth about it. It's very good.
Yeah, it is, and the good deed doesn't go unnoticed. I mean, these families really appreciate it, and I think everybody's known or has known somebody in their family or another family that has had a child that's been sick,
Yeah.
and it really helps out. People that these good deeds don't go unnoticed. So you said that was March 24th.
Yes.
Okay. Now you say your goal. Are you guys kind of creeping up on that goal? You gonna
Yeah, we
maybe
are.
let's exceed the goal.
Yeah, I'm hoping. That's what everyone's hoping,
Yeah.
you know?
I
We'll
think
just have
we're-
to wait it out and see, but I have a good feeling about it.
How are candy sales?
Great.
good.
Through the roof.
You guys have probably made every dentist in town happy.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
could
there's
just-
always kids coming out of the classrooms, no matter what class they're in. I'm going to get candy from Miss Ryan. I'm going to get candy.
Oh yeah, I know
Sounds
all
like,
about that candy.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. You guys want to give a shout out to anybody? How about all these guys over here didn't get on?
Oh, yeah, shout out to
How about
Jennifer.
the lady in charge? You want to get her on? Look at her.
Yeah,
Look at her coming up.
she's over here with the puppy.
Here comes Joe's dog.
Look at it.
Look, little
Aw, look.
little Joey.
A little angel.
The little baby.
Oh, my goodness.
What am I on for?
You are just gonna say nice things about the program. Tell everybody when to get there.
Oh, I am? You guys didn't do that?
Yes, they did.
We did a little bit.
Is it on?
I think it is.
They want to
so.
hear
Oh, so-
from you.
yeah.
Oh,
it
what would
is.
you like to hear from
Just
me?
throw something out there.
Okay, so here's what a song. I'm not a very good singer. People can bring their pets. Did
Yeah,
you
they
talk
can bring
about
their
that?
dogs.
Oh, yes.
And in our vendor fair, we have Tony's Treats. They are all natural dog treats.
Oh yeah, he was part of the CEO class that helped put on the race last year, so
Right.
it's super cool. It's like a new business, and it's been going for about a year, and he makes the best dog treats ever.
How do you,
Tony's
do you
Treats.
know? How do you know that?
Because we get them for my dog Piper. And
Oh,
all
I
you
thought
have
you
to,
knew from experience. You didn't try
Have
one.
Oh, well, you can. You can. It's all natural ingredients, but I don't know how it would taste.
Okay,
for
maybe
us.
we should. Maybe that would be a good fundraiser. You give me $5, I'll try this dog treat.
Yeah, sure. I'll do
That's
it.
a good idea.
There you
That's
go.
a funny,
Yeah, no,
a
I'll
funny
do that.
fundraiser.
So did you talk about that registration starts at 8?
Yes.
Okay, and people can register on site and still get a shirt, but it will be after the event. And that tomorrow is the last day to make sure you get a shirt on race day. And you talked about bandanas and sunglasses
Yeah,
and
we talked about
gloves this
everything.
year. They've done a good job. I
Yeah.
don't really know why you need me here.
Well, we brought you in because we're trying to learn the word vignette and use it in a sentence.
Yes. Do you know what vignette?
Yes, of course
Can
I
you
do.
use it in a sentence for us?
Yes. In class, we read a small vignette.
Oh wait, I don't think that's right.
Well, what are you?
Maybe he did.
Do we have the right word?
I don't know.
Well, Trump's little brother over here built a wall because
Yeah.
he's going to have a vignette.
Vignette. Like stuff on the wall. Is that not right?
What do you mean stuff on the wall?
You are wrong. He
No,
misled
listen.
us.
Okay,
She could be wrong. I don't know.
A vignette could be like a small play, kind like a little scene of something.
Well, there you go.
So
Maybe
it could be a small
scene.
demonstration of a room. Maybe he's creating a little vignette.
Which is exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Don't leave your vignettes here.
Furniture nerds or something is
Furniture
what they were
nerds is
trying
what
to
they were
tell us.
saying.
Furniture geeks.
Yeah, it's a little small snippet of something.
Okay, well then I
use
guess
it in literature.
So grab that vignette.
Oh, my little puppy. Sorry, Jake.
he just peed.
But when you see him,
God,
you'll
you
forgive
scared me.
me.
I think you would know beforehand.
Jake is not very happy.
I don't know.
Okay, so ladies, thank you.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
thanks.
We're going
having
to take a
us.
small break, and we have the Wellness Expo experts coming in. They're have makeup and stuff putting on right now, and they're getting ready to come on and talk about the Wellness Expo.
Okay, ladies, thanks for coming. And
Awesome.
after the race, maybe we'll get you in March
talk about the
talk about
big event.
the big event.
Okay, sounds great.
And lead up to there. So
That would be awesome.
thanks for coming in.
Thank
and
you.
everybody gets a free puppy.
Grab one at the door.
Oh, just
I almost forgot. Ariana, the co-director, right here with us.
it's
It's
her
her
birthday.
birthday the day of the race. It's the perfect
Day
birthday
of the
present.
race.
It's
Okay.
a perfect
Next
birthday
Saturday.
present to come
Yes,
to the
it
race
is,
for
yes.
her.
So bring a vignette and meet you.
Exactly.
There we go.
All right.
Awesome.
Take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages, so don't go anywhere.
Just when I thought it couldn't get any better.
Is this your pump up jam, Joe?
It's my morning music. Got this from your dad.
gosh.
He had this album,
Yeah, I bet.
Scotty and the Blasters.
Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM. We are at Jake's Furnishings, where if you come in today, You can make it your own.
You can stay till tomorrow.
Yep. And he will sell you something very cheap.
Jake, do you ever have sleepovers out here where people can like just test a bed, sleep on it, stay all night?
Well, that's what the vignette's for.
Yeah, we've got vignettes.
We've got vignettes.
Hey, don't forget to grab a vignette on your way out.
Yes.
Oh, God.
All right, Joe. That's enough of vignette. All right, on with us now. We've got a couple of ladies from the Health Wellness Expo going on next Saturday out at the Park District. We got Angela Stoltzenburg and Abigail Neece. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in today. And how many years have you been doing this? Or has this been going on? I know you guys may be fairly new to it, but it's...
Yeah, we're new compared to how long it's been going on. I've been doing it for 5 years. This is the sixth one for me, and
This is my second.
it's geez, at least 30 years maybe.
Long time.
It's a long
Before
time.
you were born, both of you.
Absolutely, before I was born.
Yeah.
Before I was born, I don't know about.
Both in your mid-20s.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what's going on. I know there's all kinds of vendors out there, stations, and it can't really get much bigger, can it? Or you're going to have to expand your size because it's usually packed out there on that particular day.
Yeah, it starts at 9 o'clock, goes till 1 p.m. We have, I think this year we have a large number of vendors around.
Biggest ever.
Yeah, biggest ever. 80, I think, a little over 80.
vendors?
Wow.
Yeah, we'll be there. And we have lots of giveaways. There's food, free inflatables, free screenings, recycling, and a lot of other fun and exciting things going on.
People like those giveaways. You know, they flock for that. They get their little bag, and before they leave there, that thing's full of...
It's adult trick-or-treating, and there's no shame in it.
No shame.
Just goes table to table.
Hey.
You need some pens?
We've had people approach our table looking for free stuff, so we'll give them a muffin or a bagel or
Not
something.
today.
Not today, though. You don't get anything today.
You guys going to be out there next week? I know that Jim and Jeff number 2 are going to be out there,
Absolutely.
but you're
We're
going to
having
have
a
your
show
show there
Yep.
too.
Yep, we'll be there.
We'll be eating donuts and drinking coffee.
All right.
Wellness Expo.
We are the station that you don't want to be like.
You're the woe
We're
station.
the don't be like that.
See, our
table.
theme this year is go slow and woe your way to health. So we get that from the Catch program we've got going on. The Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital Community Health Collaborative is sponsoring our local schools to be Catch schools. So Catch stands for Coordinated Approach to Children's or Child Health. And we teach the kids in those schools, which every school in Logan County is a Catch school at this stage. We teach them to eat more go foods than slow foods and more slow foods than woe foods.
Wow, who is coming up with this?
Brilliant people who know it works.
So John's helped you?
Yes. It was all the brainchild of John Stoltzenburg. Actually, it started in Texas, just for the record. The
Okay.
University of Texas has done research on it, so it's a real deal. But anyway, so they teach about go slows and woes, and they teach about the kids to be MVPs, move and stay active, value healthy eating, practice healthy habits. So our theme this year is go slow and woe your way to health. So you're going to see a lot of traffic stoplight type things going on in there. You guys can be the woe table, though. That's totally cool if you want to be the
No, well, we're getting up in age where we really have to start taking care of ourselves, and you know, it's inevitable. I mean, I'm in that boat now where years and years you feel like you're
Invincible.
there we go, invincible, and now it catches up with you, and you know, you go to one doctor's appointment, well, then it leads into other stuff. So what would you tell the typical, you know, just the average person that might be walking through, what would you tell them? I mean, as far as, you know, how to better yourself, and obviously eating right and exercise, but
A big important thing we want you to do when you come to the Wellness Expo, first of all, everything's free. Free admission, free parking, free screenings. The only thing you're going to pay for, if you want to pay for anything when you get out there, is Peggy's Place is going to have food for sale. Everything else is for free. And I would say, number one, get the free health screenings done while you can. Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital is going to have free lipid and blood sugar tests.
Do they report it, or is it like just
It's
for
up to you if you want it to be reported to your doctor.
Okay, just check.
Yeah, so you can keep...
I didn't know that.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you want to... So when you ask me what do you want, what should people do as a first step, we want you to know your numbers. You can't do anything about it unless you know. There's people who have gone to these screenings and identified something that they've followed up with their physician and prevented a stroke, addressed blood pressures they didn't even realize they had. They were feeling bad, but chalking it up to being stressed out at work or whatever it may be, or just tired. And next thing you know, it's a blood pressure issue that they didn't know, or maybe they're pre-diabetic and they didn't realize it. So take advantage of those free screenings. Know your numbers. Know what you've got. Know what you're working with. You know.
And what was the catchy little commercial you used to have that? Because that had me singing along too, and I'm.
5210.
Yeah.
I mean, those are
we
good.
would all sing along.
Yeah.
Well, can we?
should sing it today.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes,
Joe.
you do.
I'm gonna have to have.
It was a
I'm gonna have to
commercial
hear
inside
it.
a theater, right?
It
And
was,
all kinds of stuff.
yeah. We've moved into the go slow and whoa, but yes, it was 5210, which are good principles. It was eat at least 5 fruits or vegetables a day, no more than 2 hours of screen time. I'm not going to sing
beat to it.
I'm not going to sing it.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Joe, sing it.
Be at least physically
can't
active
catch
1 hour a day and 0 sugary sweetened beverages. You shouldn't have your calories coming from your drinks. So, well, I shouldn't even say calories, but milk or water is what we should be drinking. So there's a really good, put it in a nutshell, something
Type
we
of
should live
thing.
by. Yeah.
Is the so this new one is kind of the same thing, only different?
Well, it's go slows and woes. So you want to make sure that you eat, your whole foods that don't have added sugar and fat and processed stuff the most.
Which is very hard to do these days.
It's
because
super hard.
if you go to the grocery store and you go there to buy healthy stuff and you pick something up and you look at it, it's just like, well, that's got carbs, sugar, everything is just, it's so, I don't know if it's the stuff that you're adding to it these days. It's just, it's hard to do.
There's so much sugar. I don't know if you guys ever saw the documentary Fed Up. But it's all about the sugar industry and how what happened is, and this kind of gets into politics back in the day, but when the food pyramid was started and who lobbied and made it a priority.
Money.
Yeah. Who made it a priority for there to be no fat in the diet? Like they decided, okay, this is what we're going to tell everybody to do: no fat, no fat, no fat. So what everybody started taking the fat out of the foods and putting tons of sugar in it instead because it tasted horrible without fat. Fat isn't necessarily our enemy.
Yeah, so it would say fat-free, but there's
But it's loaded
so much sugar,
right.
and then you get
And
addicted to sugar. We're all addicted to sugar. It's in everything.
You go buy something that says fat-free, low fat, and then you look at the ear, it's loaded with sodium or
that
loaded
too.
with sugar, and it's just, it's very hard to do, and to eat healthy is very expensive.
Well, I'll push back on that though. I think that,
Vignette.
Yes, I'm getting pushed back.
I'll vignette you. I like it. Go ahead.
No, you know what? I think generally speaking, yeah, and especially if you're gonna require yourself to have everything organic and go crazy like that. But the reality is, if you look at a bag of chips, how much you paying? $4 or $5.
When's the last time you looked at a bag of chips?
You look at
I haven't eaten chips for probably 6 months.
You look at, but conversely, you look at a bag of apples. How much are you paying? And you're going to get a lot more nutrition and be just as full and more satisfied with a bag of apples.
More that kind of tastes the same though, because chips are pretty good. You know what I mean? Like you can't. I don't know.
Well, there's a way to make things taste good, Joe.
Yeah, there is, but sugar on it.
But absolutely, it's tough because it's our culture. It's the easy grab, and I think honestly, like the thing I struggle with the most is. You got to plan ahead. If you don't plan ahead, you get yourself to the point where you're starving and you grab, or drive through. If you didn't plan it out and you don't cook it and you don't know what's in the food you're eating, that's what's tough. I think we're all super busy. We're eating out where the portions are out of control.
Right.
We don't know what's in what we're eating. It's loaded with, extra fats and sugars. We're eating processed stuff. We're eating, 52 ounce or whatever, those big gulp, whatever, things full of sugar. There is no way you can keep up with the calories in, calories out when you're drinking 800 calories of soda every day. It's just our culture. It's tough. I'm not saying it's not tough, but we're here to give people the opportunity, and especially with the kids in the schools, the access to the good information about what's the better choice for them before they get in the bad habits.
What Doc Friesmeier always say? He always said if it came in a bag,
a box, a can, or a bag, don't buy it.
Yeah, it's a good rule.
And that eliminates about 90
Everything you want to eat.
of everything that's good. But I mean, it's tough to do. One thing that that we've started doing, we get this thing called Blue Apron.
Oh yeah.
Have you started Blue Apron? You haven't told me that.
We've been doing it for probably 5 months, and if you were on my buddy list,
little
you would know.
vignette.
But it sends
I
all
wanna
the
try
fresh.
that. Yeah, I've
it's
seen it.
phenomenal.
Is it expensive? I
It's
mean,
like you get like 3 meals for $60, but they ship everything you need. The only thing that they don't send is like the olive oil you cook with.
Yeah.
Everything else they send, and it's all, it tells you right there, and it's it's all
Who delivers
But
it?
UPS.
just think about why that's working in our society, because we don't have time to plan it. We don't have time to shop.
Right. And
And that's appealing to all of us because it's like, I don't have to think about it. You tell me what to do. You give me the food. I make it. It's good.
And is that feeding 2 of you? I'm curious
yeah,
about
that's
that,
just
babe.
2. And
is that plenty?
yeah, I mean, it's not, you're not getting a big steak like that. It's all good portions, healthy portions. And I mean, there's maybe a handful of them that we didn't like. Off the wall stuff, like you're cooking it and you're like, I can't even pronounce that when I'm putting it in. There was no vignette.
was it like quinoa?
Yeah. It was.
That's crazy quinoa.
I know.
I don't.
It's good for us, though, to get exposed to different things,
Yeah. And yeah, it's fun cooking and all the different ingredients, but
For those of you who go out and order quinoa, and it's quinoa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It took me a while. I thought it was quinoa for a
what
while.
is that? Is that
Yeah.
like a rice?
We don't
It's a
have any
rice.
idea.
It is.
It's a rice.
It's like a dark rice.
Well, Jason didn't know what I had to help him.
Yeah.
See, we all can
Yeah.
learn new and exciting
Yeah.
things to eat.
I made
It's a whole grain, though, which is important.
yeah, instead of taco meat, I made quinoa and then put the taco seasoning in it, so made quinoa tacos.
Ooh.
And I mean, they tasted really good. Jason liked them. He didn't even
So
know
what's
that.
better for you, that hard shell or that soft shell?
Neither.
Well,
A whole grain shell,
yeah.
period.
Or yeah.
Yeah. Not. You don't
Are
want
you putting
your-
cheese in it or no?
You can have some cheese.
Maybe some low-fat cheese is
Yeah.
better than the regular cheese.
Low fat cheese is like eating the chips out from underneath an
Then go ahead and have the cheese.
artificial football field.
You're just not putting a big old handful on there, and then sour cream.
I
And,
was going to say, what are we doing with the sour cream? Holy
Guacamole.
cow, we're going to have to go to
Like
commercial.
get Greek, not like plain yogurt,
Yeah.
non-fat. It tastes pretty much the same.
We need to get our dietitian out here. She'd be much more informed to have this
Yeah.
conversation.
You guys are doing
than
a
I
good
sure
job.
am. I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah, same.
It's a little bit out. You're getting a little far out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
well, we can get right.
We're
back
going to bring it
into
right back
You
in.
got. Looks like you went to a restaurant and wrote down, put some notes down there on your napkin. So
Don't tell them where that paper came from.
I can see where it came from. That's a donut shop
It's
paper.
not a napkin.
it's got mellow cream on the back of it.
She's checking her watch.
No, I'm checking my watch because I'm like,
She
how
wants
much
to tell the
time? I want to
story.
tell the
No,
story.
you've got one of those George Jetson things.
We got all kinds of time.
Because the thing you need to know about this paper is that it's actually made out of elephant.
Tusks.
Ears.
That's illegal.
Elephant poop.
It actually is.
That's a bunch of vignette.
No, I just happened to grab that particular pad of paper
Where
this
does
morning.
one buy elephant poop paper?
Well, I'll tell you what.
How can you afford it?
This has a lot to do with the Wellness Expo, but I'm going to tell you.
So elephant poop
my
is
ki-
healthy.
My kids get this those little passports, if you've heard of those, and they learn about different countries or different. And one of them came with this elephant poop paper. I can't remember what the name. It might be called poo paper.
Well, they didn't filter it very well.
And the whole thing, they say that apparently when elephants eat, they don't digest their food a lot, and there's a lot of fiber in their poop. So this is what.
Gosh, can we have a few sheets of that? Kidding.
Absolutely, I'll get you the whole. It's fine paper now. It does feel like a napkin.
Do your
though.
hands stink or no?
No.
Okay,
Do you
just
think
check.
I'd use it?
I
Is
just
that
want.
Joe
elephant?
Ryan, I wouldn't be walking around until it's like paper.
She smelled it though. Did she?
I thought one of the dogs pooped in here, but
Abby's gonna
it's this
smell
elephant
it too.
paper.
Abby's gonna smell it too.
That
It doesn't smell.
No.
It looks like
This smells like
if I didn't tell you that, you'd be like, oh, that's like pretty linen-ish type
Yeah.
paper.
no, it's
Yeah,
I'm going to look for that next time I'm out buying.
I'm
Go to
sending-
Walmart,
Paper.
ask him for elephant poop paper.
what was the elephant poop
Hey,
paper? in?
reduce, reuse, recycle.
There you go.
Speaking of recycling, we're going to have recycling at the Wellness Expo next Saturday, February 17th at the Park
So
District.
if you have a pet elephant and it does poop, run that out there for the recycling.
No, we don't want
Personally
that.
delivered
Kevin
to us?
Richard may have one. He'll be out.
All right. Well, let's go over your elephant
Yes,
poop
let's go
paper.
with your notes.
Elephant poop paper notes.
Well, while we're on the subject of recycling,
Yes.
why don't we talk about what we're recycling, Abby?
There will be recycling for cell phones, hearing aids, eyeglasses, plastic bags, printer cartridges, pop tabs,
Pop-Tarts.
and medications and prescriptions. You want to talk about that a little?
Yeah, sure. So this actually falls into a couple different categories for us with the Community Health Collaborative at the hospital. We have a drug recycling program that's been around for a while, and we've recently given a grant to the Lincoln Police Department, and they've installed an incinerator at the city dump. So now people, instead of going to what we used to have previously, a lot of locations, you can now take any unused, unneeded, expired medications to the Lincoln Police Department, and they will dispose of it properly for you. So
That's cool.
we were a little inconsistent before about which locations would allow you to drop off controlled substances, so things like Vicodin, like the hydrocodone that people have. You couldn't take those necessarily to pharmacies, but you want them out of your medicine cabinets. And you want them out of your medicine cabinets because the heroin issue, the opioid crisis we're in the middle of right now, is really a lot of it stemming from overusing prescription drugs. And so grandparents don't think about this stuff, that they've got this stuff hanging out in their medicine cabinets, and then their grandkid comes over and grabs one here or there, or tries it, or takes some, and they don't notice. That's what's been happening for real. So we want to make sure people have a place to safely dispose of those. So anybody can take any of that stuff now to the Lincoln Police Department or the Logan County Department of Public Health, and it'll get properly disposed of. So the Wellness Expo is going to be at one place that you can take that in addition to that. So next Saturday we invite you to take a look at your medicine cabinets and get that stuff out of our community, because it is addictive. It is really, really hurting a lot of families. It's killing a lot of people, and we want to be part of the solution to that. With that being said, at the Wellness Expo at 9:30 next Saturday, so a week from today. What time was that? Okay, so it would have been happening for a half hour already. At 9:30 next week, we've got a guy from the Peoria Human Services Center coming to speak about opioids and what the addiction truly looks like. I mean, it changes your brain. People want to say, oh, you made a bad choice. You know, don't do heroin if you don't want to be addicted to heroin. But that's not what it's about. A lot of people are getting addicted to these prescription drugs, and they can't get them anymore because the healthcare system is finally coming down on not prescribing you 100, when you break your arm or whatever, which was happening in years past. You were getting so much access to it. Those resources for people are crunching down, and then they've got this new brain that you get sick if you don't take it. So now it's not about getting high, it's about not wanting to be sick. They're just human beings who are trying to live and make it through the day like everybody else. And so you come to this at 9:30, and you can really truly learn about what the opioid crisis is, what the addiction is, what people are dealing with. And then at the end, if you want to, you learn about the overdose reversal drug, naloxone or Narcan, if you've heard about that. All of our police officers and first responders have that now. And we're distributing Narcan next week at 9:30 at that event.
Wow. This is very interesting.
Yeah. And for the people who are out there going, oh my gosh, like that freaks me out thinking about administering Narcan. You never know when you're gonna. You probably have a loved one who's abusing Vicodin or something like that right now. You don't even know it. Mm-hmm. And if you have that with you, we just want it in the hands of the community so they can identify when somebody's having an overdose. It might not look like what you think it looks like, and you can administer it, and you will not hurt anyone. No one can get high from a Narcan. Nobody can get hurt from Narcan. But if you're dying from an opioid overdose, you will absolutely save somebody's life if you have that with you.
So you say they're distributing it. Just anybody can come
if
grab.
you go through the training.
Okay.
Yep. You have to go through a brief training. I mean, like 15 minutes of it is going to be how to use it. Yep.
That'd be something nice. Do they have anything
Yes.
that cures jelly donuts?
Oh, I wish.
Vignette.
Oh, Jim. I thought we were going to find another co-host. We just
You guys are doing so well.
We just
over
give
here.
up on that idea.
Hey, you're on top of me, and I've been listening to someone read off of poop paper.
Jake's getting offended. I mean, he's using these words like.
You can say poop on the air. Okay.
Said a lot worse. Can we?
Go ahead. Do you have more notes on there?
Go to the next piece of
Abby,
poop
you want to
paper.
say anything before I keep going?
Well, there will be cooking demonstrations as well. Last year, Heather from Flossie's, she did cooking demonstrations at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. Those will still be happening this year, so she'll be having some yummy stuff for you to try, eat, learn how to cook, recipes. So that's something to look forward to if you're interested in that.
And kid.
Oh, yes. We are having a kids cooking activity as well. This is new this year. It's from 10:30 to 11:30, and we'll just be doing healthy snacks, something that they can learn to make themselves, and it'll be a little kids activity.
Yep, kids cooking. That's new this year.
Yep.
The inflatables, we're going to have an inflatable obstacle course and a bouncy house for all ages. No age or weight limit, so everyone can do it.
Lloyd did it last year. I'm pretty sure he broke something.
So after you eat your donuts and drink your coffee, you can go burn it off on the inflatables.
Yeah.
You can have races if you want.
And you can just
Sounds
keep
like a
going
challenge.
and going and
Yeah.
going. Nobody's going to think anything of it. And if you've got some kids in your life that you need to tire out, it's a free opportunity to get them tired out. So that's exciting.
Can I see one of those?
You want to touch the poop
I
paper?
do.
Is that what you're telling me?
I do. And Abby, what's your paper made out of?
I think it's just regular.
I mean, that's got
Trees.
like
Yes.
boy, that's got like
No, it's supposed to be pretty. That's not.
Yes.
that's elephant hair.
Oh,
It's not
my
elephant
goodness.
hair. There was not elephant hair in it.
Look at that. That's
I like
amazing.
it. Very nice.
All right, what you got? Something else there?
I'm too busy examining my paper now.
That's a grocery list.
There is a grocery list in here also. This is exciting that we want people to know about. You have lots of ways to win. First of all, you come in, you go through the booths, you fill out an evaluation, and you get entered to win all the door prizes. So 80 vendors are bringing 80 door prizes, so you have a lot of chances to win those. Of course, you've got the giveaways when you go adult trick-or-treating throughout the whole thing. And then the next thing is we have a quiz, and you can walk around. We have some questions on a piece of paper. You walk around to the different vendors and find the answers at their booths and turn that in. You have an opportunity to win. Wait for it. Can we get a drum roll, please? I'm just kidding.
Hold on.
Oh, he can?
No.
Okay, darn it. Can you just make it sound? Thank you.
We got that.
That is not a drum roll. But
I like it.
We'll take it.
it's the next best thing.
Wait, that'll be a good reaction to when I tell you what it is. You can win a Microsoft Surface Pro.
Woo!
That's terrific fast.
Yamadoo! And that's great.
So that's a free
Yeah.
way to win. So if you have a teenager who's complaining they don't have a laptop, get them to the Wellness
That's
Expo.
cool.
Make them try to win one. And speaking of teenagers and people looking into future careers, we've got healthcare careers. This is a new thing this year too. So we're going to have information for folks about the ALMH Healthcare Career Scholarship out there, the hands-on healthcare experience available through Memorial. Heartland Community College is going to be there talking about their upcoming CNA program.
I think Lincoln College is going to be there as
Lincoln
well.
College will be there, so we really want to also encourage the younger folks who are thinking about a career in healthcare to come out and talk to people who know what they're talking about when it comes to their opportunities there.
Yep.
Tell you what, it's going to be a big day out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big
I'm
day.
getting it. Nice job.
Thanks.
You guys got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And some healthy people coming out to get healthy, right? Us, we're not really that healthy.
Well, I'm trying.
We're going out. That's a lot going on. I
Yeah.
still can't get over the paper.
The poop paper will not be on display at the Wellness Expo. Ooh, I have one more thing if we have
All right,
time.
well, let's go.
He hasn't played our song yet, so
Okay,
He'll run us out here in a minute.
he'll.
you were talking about the 5210 song
Yes.
earlier.
Sing it.
Absolutely not. You know I kind of want to, but I'm not
I
going to do
know
it.
you can.
No,
Just
I kinda
do
want
it.
to. I'm not doing it.
Come on.
Doing it.
So,
All right, that's it. For
Okay.
us.
Okay. She's doing it.
no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because it'll be out there.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Forever.
And this, it will be.
But what we used that for a few years ago was the 5th grade contest. So we have a 5th grade expo that people might not know about that we do the Friday before. So this coming Friday, we're having all the 5th graders in Logan County that have school, we're having them out. And we have them go through a hard obstacle course. They get up and move with Lincoln College students and get activities. They visit with vendors that are a little more appropriate, or I shouldn't say appropriate, but more geared toward 5th graders. And then we also do a contest every year for the 5th graders. So all Logan County 5th graders have been encouraged to, speaking of eat more go foods and slow foods and more slow foods and woo foods, we have encouraged them to take a picture of themselves with their favorite go food and give us a couple sentences about why it's our favorite, and then we pick winners, and the first place prize winner
is a pool pass, family pool pass to the rec for this summer, so they can come out and enjoy our aquatic center. That is amazing. So that's the first place prize, which is about a $200 value. So
Wow.
And the second place is a Lincoln College pool party.
Yeah, swim party. So they can go there and have a little pool party at the college, Lincoln College.
And third place is a day with Joe.
Oh
Vignette.
gosh.
And they'll put together a vignette
Yes, we will have a vignette day.
Wow.
with Joe.
Classic.
I am.
Or it could be a Logan Lanes party.
Oh, that's better.
There we
better.
go.
Yeah.
That's a little
We'll
better.
let the winner choose.
Yes, that is
Logan
better.
Lanes, Joe Ryan. That's tough
Yeah,
for
you
a
take
5th
Logan
grader.
Lanes. I'm
That is
telling you
a
right now.
no-brainer.
So we have this contest going on. So on Friday we announce who the winners are to the 5th graders. So that's pretty exciting. And then we'll also have those all posted up on Saturday for the whole community to see. And then where I'm going with this is we'll have a theater commercial featuring that student, and then show pictures of all the kids and what their favorite go foods were.
And sing that song. So as we get ready to leave today,
Yeah, we're going to
because
end.
it's 10 after,
We'll all sing it together.
we'd like for you to sing the song to take us out.
We'll
if
all
we sing it together,
Well, we'll sing it
We
together.
will.
You're going to have to get us
you're going to have
started.
to start.
I can't get it.
5, 2, 1,
It reminds me of that
0.
one because I'm in love with you. That's that band you used to listen to. 2 for something else.
It's more like 5 fruits and veggies. Come on.
5 fruits and veggies. 4.
2
Don't.
hours max
Oh,
on the screen.
dude. I don't know the words.
Yeah.
This isn't working out.
Yeah,
now.
this isn't how.
But they're running us out.
Well, ladies, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Is there a
Thank you.
website they can go to real quick?
Visit us on Facebook at Logan County Wellness Expo.
All right. Next week, we will be at the expo from 9 to 10, and then the big dogs will take over from there. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Good day.